driven by darkness. I want you to be happy. Stand in the light with peace in your heart.
Shadow Generations gives me hope that the future of the Sonic franchise is bright. The first video game I ever played was Sonic Heroes all the way back in 2004. I was 4 years old at the time and I instantly fell in love with this stupid blue rat. After Heroes, I played Adventure 1 and 2, Van Series, Rush, the classics, The Fighters, Dark Brotherhood, remember that trash? The criminally underrated storybook games. To this day, I still will defend with my dying breath that Sonic and the Black Knight was a good video game. Unleashed, Riders 1 and 2, basically everything I could get my grubby little hands on. Everybody Super Sonic Racing, give us a new Riders game, Sega, you cowards! However, I distanced myself from the franchise with the release of Colors. My 9-year-old self was very disappointed with the game. I thought it was very mediocre, to be honest.
No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me!
And things just went downhill from there. Generations was okay, but greatly lacking in content. Lost World was mediocre. The Boom reboot had potential, but was sadly a complete failure. Shockingly funny TV show though. Seriously, if you haven't watched Sonic Boom, do yourself a favor and go watch clips on YouTube. It is surprisingly hilarious. Forces is one of the worst games ever created.
Liar!
Mania was a smashing success, but it is a fan game for all intents and purposes, and I haven't played Frontiers, so no opinion on that. Looks bad from what I've seen, but that's just secondhand thoughts. Safe to say, what was once my favorite franchise of all time became something I lost complete faith in. In my mind, Sonic was never going to have a good video game ever again, which is why it makes me so beyond happy to say that I loved Shadow Generations.
Can we wake him up now? Can I meet him?
I believe so, yes. It is time to awaken the ultimate life. Welcome to the world, Shadow the Hedgehog.
I genuinely think this is one of the greatest Sonic games ever made. Similar to Sonic Generations, it lacks content, but I think that's okay because this is just an addition to the original game rather than a standalone title. But my god, the offerings on display are mouth-watering. This game genuinely has some of the best level designs the franchise has ever seen. 1 second you're running down a bridge, then you're platforming on some rope, then you're sliding on water, then you're hanging onto a goddamn eagle soaring through the sky, then you smash through a window and fight various robots and aliens. Like, bro, this stuff is crazy. There are 5 stages total, and each one had me grinning from ear to ear in pure joy. Stages are broken into 2 acts. Act 1 are boost stages. Not only is it incredibly fun to blast through these obstacle courses at Mach speed, the stages offer a surprising amount of different paths, and are decently long, lasting between 4 or 5 minutes. Sometimes an alternate path is a punishment for bad performance, forcing you into a slow section that will likely give you a lower stage clear ranking, while others are similar in speed but offer a nice change of pace with unique platforming, interactables, and set pieces. And finally, we have fast alternate paths. What I love about these is that they are sometimes surprisingly difficult to discover, forcing you to really pay attention to your surroundings and forcing you to use Shadow's various abilities. One of my favorite aspects of these stages are the set pieces. The Space Colony arc has a moment where you slow down time to stop a giant missile. Then you punch the shit out of it and send it flying back to destroy a tower. It's dope as hell. In Sunset Heights, Shadow takes on some Death Egg robots. In Radical Highway, Shadow grows wings and flies through the entire level. It is crazy, bro. Act 2 are 2D platforming levels. I can't believe I'm saying this, but these were surprisingly fun. Modern Sonic games have greatly struggled with 2D sections. In my opinion, they're not that good on average. But Shadow Generations made them surprisingly enjoyable. The platforming was usually fast-paced, constantly taking me from one challenge to the next. Very rarely was I forced to stop for prolonged periods of time to do some basic jumping. Rather, the levels are a test of my reaction time, throwing various challenges at me and demanding I quickly figure out the solution, especially if I want to take the quick alternate paths. Whether it be fast platforming or using Shadow's various abilities, there was never a dull moment, which had me flabbergasted. Because like I said, I despise the 2D levels in Boost Sonic games. Somehow the developers were able to make me enjoy them this time. Bravo, Sonic Team, you finally figured it out. About goddamn time, and it only took you almost 20 years. Because remember, Sonic Unleashed came out in 2008 and Shadow Generations came out in 2025. It's been 17 years. Act 2 levels usually don't have any crazy set pieces, but there was a moment on the arc where Black Doom gives you a sneak peek of a power-up you get later on. Shadow grows wings and randomly starts flying at lightning speed. It's dope as hell. Aside from the main acts, we also have various challenge missions. These are short levels usually lasting less than a minute. The goal varies from level to level. For example, in this one, you have to use Shadow's Chaos Spear ability to pop 25 balloons while simultaneously trying to reach the goal as fast as possible to get an S rank. In this one, you have to speed blitz through a short platforming gauntlet to reach the goal. Platforms are constantly rising, falling, and trying to squish you, so you have to be on your A game. And finally, in this one, you have to navigate your way through a hallway of spiky balls of death. Why? You guessed it, in order to reach the goal as fast as possible. And then we have the collectibles. You guys want to see a magic trick? Oop! He's also missing a foot. I don't know what the hell happened to this dude, but he is completely broken. Anyways, every stage has collectibles. Sometimes they are in the main path but slightly out of your way, so you either have to do some quick platforming or have a quick reaction time to quickly grab them. Other times, the collectibles are locked behind the fast alternative paths. These are my favorite because not only do you already have an incentive to find the fastest path to boost your clear time, the collectible is an added bonus for finding the path. The Red Ring collectible Sonic games I've had post Unleashed are easily one of the worst I've ever seen. Usually they are randomly scattered throughout the stage, often being in the slowest paths. The games essentially force you to play badly in order to collect them. But Shadow Generations fixes that by doing the complete opposite. This time, they are genuinely rewarding to collect. And I really hope future Sonic games do the same thing. Remember earlier in the video when I mentioned that Shadow has a variety of fun, unique abilities? It's finally time to talk about them.
No! No!
What's so great about these abilities is that they greatly add to the gameplay. Chaos Spear lets him destroy or activate various objects to reach alternate paths, or deactivating their defensive ability. For example, these spiky robots will damage you if you use a homing attack on them, but if you use the spears, you can safely destroy them. Chaos Blast is a really cool combo that lets him uppercut aliens, then launch them into the far distance, and then teleporting to where they land. This is usually used to reach far distances to progress through the level, or reach alternate paths that may or may not have a collectible. But there are some stages where this is mainly used to defeat a bunch of enemies. Chaos Control lets him slow down time to do all kinds of things, but mainly you use it to progress through the level, as well as activate special set pieces during levels and boss fights. It also stops the stage timer, which of course lets you lower your clear time, helping you get that precious S rank. And of course there are challenge missions that focus around using it. Every ability has at least one challenge mission associated with it. All of them are great, and I won't bring them up anymore because honestly I'd just be repeating myself. Doom Surf is honestly a really funny ability. Shadow is just randomly able to summon a demonic alien surfboard whenever he wants. Obviously, you can use it to navigate water sections, avoiding obstacles and doing fun flips. I think it's the least used ability in terms of levels, but that's okay because it's heavily used in the explorable hub area. I'm sorry, the explorable what areas? In due time, my beautiful viewer. Next up is the Doom Morph, where instead of summoning a demonic alien, Shadow becomes the demonic alien. Shadow can use this ability to quickly navigate a sticky purple hazard that usually slows him down. Essentially, you swim around like some kind of weird squid. But more importantly, you can shoot out a tentacle to swing around like Tarzan. No joke, the Doom Morph has some of the best platforming sections in the whole game, which is impressive because the platforming in general is phenomenal. Spider Squid does whatever Spider Squid does. And finally, we have the Doom Wings. These are very straightforward. Using boost in midair will allow Shadow to fly straight forward. However, you will slowly lose rings. If you reach 0 rings, you will lose the wings. Essentially, Doom Wings is Shadow's super form in this game. That's right, shockingly, Super Shadow does not make an appearance. What I love about all of these abilities is that they remind me of the Sonic Adventure era. Remember back then when Sonic and friends would get a wide variety of different power-ups that let them do different things? For example, in Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic had the flaming red ball thing. He also had the ability to bounce, and he could also get the light speed dash. Knuckles got the ability to breathe underwater, and Tails got a variety of different weapons to use throughout the stages. Unlocking different abilities is something that Sonic games haven't really done a lot since post 06. I think Sonic Frontiers did give Sonic a variety of different abilities, but like I said, I didn't play that game, so I'm not really sure how exactly that worked. But the fact that Sonic Frontiers did do that, and so did Shadow Generations, makes me really hopeful that in the future, Sonic will continue to be able to unlock a wide variety of different abilities, because honestly, it's just fun to unlock a wide variety of different skills, and it also makes the gameplay way more interesting, because it allows Sonic and friends to undergo more unique, more interesting gameplay challenges. The bosses are great. They took the Bio Lizard, quite frankly a pretty boring fight, and gave him these giant bubble hands and a belly flop to crush you. And then this dude starts crawling on the goddamn walls and he shoots a giant vanishing ball. This dude is crazy.
Chaos control! Take this!
Metal Overlord is a gimmick boss centered entirely around the Doom Surf, but it's surprisingly fun. It's essentially a puzzle that you have to figure out in order to get the best rank possible. Knowing when to dodge, when to use the quick step, when to jump, when to use chaos control, and if you do things perfectly, you will get an S rank. Mephiles the Dark, my glorious king has returned! I never thought I'd see the day, bro. I'm so happy he's back. Mephiles the Dark, say what you want about Sonic 06, I certainly have, but Mephiles is such a goddamn good character, bro. He's one of the best villains in the franchise. I love him, and seeing this guy back, even if it is just for a one-time boss fight, was... oh my god, bro, I was so happy. And hearing him say, no, I want to exist. Oh my god, bro. I want you to exist too, Mephiles. I want you to come back. But just seeing him back for this one time was enough for me. I'm happy. I'm happy. This fight centers entirely around the Doom Morph for some reason. You have to dodge his attacks and wait for the perfect opportunity to strike. Or you can just use Chaos Control to bypass all of his defenses.
There is no future for you. Ever.
How I'm gonna come! Devil Doom is a perfect final boss. He has 3 distinct phases, each one centered around the 3 new traversal abilities: Surf, Morph, and Wings. And what I absolutely love is that if you want to get an S rank, you have to perform a perfect run. One mistake and Doom will enter an extended section that will result in an A rank regardless of how you perform from that moment forward. A true test of everything you've learned so far. Well, sort of. The one criticism I have is that there is no boost phase. No phase where Shadow is just running and doing some classic platforming in order to eventually do some damage. That is the one piece of criticism I have, but besides that, I love this boss fight. It's amazing.
I will not be stopped.
And now we can finally talk about the open, explorable hub area. Surprisingly, Shadow Generations gave us an entire area that we can just run around and explore. Remember that this game is actually just an extension of the original Sonic Generations, and that game did not have an explorable hub area, so the fact that we got a surprisingly complex one for Shadow Generations is crazy. It's really fun. There's a couple of challenges that you can perform by interacting with these purple platform things, and there's a couple of different ones. In one of them, you have to collect 100 rings within a certain amount of times, and another one you have to get from one corner of the map to the next corner as fast as possible, and in the final one, you have to go through a quick platforming challenge. Besides the challenges, you can also run around in order to collect treasure chests or bolts. With the bolts, you have to collect 80 of them in order to build a rocket ship. I still have not found all of them. I'm missing like 9 pieces. For the life of me, I cannot find these final 9 bolts. I don't know where they are. I swear to God, I've searched every single corner of this area and I just cannot find the missing bolts. So I have no idea what the rocket does. I'm gonna keep trying to fix it, but if I can't find it, I'm just gonna search it up on YouTube and see what it does. And the other thing you can collect are treasure chests. Now there's 3 types: blue for art, yellow for music, and green for lore. But how do you open these treasure chests? Well, you have to use the collectibles, Wow, it's come full circle. That's right, the collectibles are not only just a fun little thing that you can collect in the stages themselves, they actually have a purpose. The treasure chests and bolts are found scattered throughout the entire explorable hub area, so it's honestly really fun just to run around and lose yourself. Personally, I've never been the biggest fan of this idea that eventually every gaming franchise needs to become open world, as if open world is the greatest genre ever created. I think some franchises can definitely benefit from it, but I don't think others will. In fact, I think it just kind of makes everything worse. And I think Sonic is one of those franchises. I don't think Sonic needs to be open world. Or more so, I don't think the specific boost formula benefits from being open world. I think boost works better as stages. If Sonic wanted to become open world, I think they would need to go back to the adventure gameplay. Because I think the adventure gameplay has a much better balance of traditional platforming and speed. While I don't think that the boost formula benefits from being open world, if they're going to continue doing this with a theoretical Sonic Frontiers 2 or just whatever the next Sonic game is, I think a Shadow Generations version of it is much better. Instead of having these massive open fields with, quite frankly, nothing to do like in Sonic Frontiers, I think having these smaller but densely packed explorable hub areas would work much better. For example, let's say in a theoretical Sonic Frontiers 2, instead of having 3 massive empty fields to explore, we instead have 3 smaller but more densely packed areas. I think that would work a lot better. I honestly wasn't expecting to enjoy the open explorable area, but I'm gonna be honest, I absolutely loved it. And now we can finally talk about the story.
Maria?
It breaks my heart to see you so full of anger. This isn't who you are. Do you know why I named you Shadow? Because without light, there's only darkness. But a shadow will show you where to find the light. Do you understand? I don't want you to be driven by darkness. I want you to be happy. Stand in the light with peace in your heart.
Something that I've really disliked about the Sonic franchise ever since post 06 was the fact that they took Shadow and completely ruined him. Shadow originally was a surprisingly deep, complex, tragic character. Somebody who used to be full of so much love and joy and happiness went through such tragedy when he saw everyone and everything he ever cared about be destroyed, murdered in front of him. The sorrow, the hatred, the self-loathing took this being, this creature of so much love, and turned him into somebody filled with so much hate. But throughout the course of Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, and finally Sonic 06, we saw Shadow grow as a character. He never returned to that being of pure happiness like he used to be back when he lived with Maria and Gerald on a space colony New York, but he definitely grew. He became somebody who was a protector, this dark guardian. But since post 06, he just kind of became this edgelord, Mr. Edgy McEdgy, this, wannabe cool guy. That depth, that sorrow, that joy, that hatred kind of disappeared from his story.
Shadow!
It's all right, Maria. I'm letting go of that destructive anger. But I will continue to fight. Fight with your wish in my heart. Your wish for everyone to have a chance to be happy.
But thankfully, Shadow Generations brought it back. That depth of character is finally on full display once again. His interactions with Omega, Rouge, and obviously Gerald and Maria finally let us explore him as a character once again. Not even just him, but everybody. When you talk to Omega in the hub areas, you actually see that Omega cares about Team Dark. Omega pretends like he's just some robot who doesn't care about anything besides destroying everything that Eggman has built. But throughout his interactions with Shadow, if you continue to talk to him, you see that he actually does care about Team Dark. He cares about Shadow. He's worried about him. He cares about Rouge. He depends on her. He thinks that Rouge is a great comrade, somebody that you can truly depend on. It's amazing seeing Omega, this character that has never really grown as a character post Heroes, finally gets shown some depth. Same thing goes for Rouge. Now, Rouge has definitely changed and evolved and grown as a character, but we haven't really seen her like closeness with Team Dark since post Heroes, you know? But once again, here it is on full display. You see that she truly does care about Team Dark. She cares about Shadow. She tells him, hey, I know you're going through some stuff. I know Maria and Gerald are here. I know you care about them deeply. And if you need to talk to someone, I'm here for you. And I also love that she like pokes fun at him during their interactions. Like 1 second she's poking fun, making fun of him. I was like, oh, you care about me. You know, that's sweet. But then she'll get serious and be like, okay, jokes aside, if you need help, I'm here for you. And then obviously, of course, Big the Cat. No, I'm kidding. Like Big the Cat is also here. And I actually do like their interactions. It's fun. Like Shadow seems to kind of like Big. Like he doesn't say anything rude or mean or anything. He just kind of like, oh, you're here. Cool. Like I don't know why, but okay. But then, of course, Gerald and Maria. We finally get to see the reunion. And it is beautiful, bro. I swear, I was on the verge of tears when Maria explained why she called Shadow Shadow. In order to find the light, you can look towards the shadow. Oh my god, bro, yes! Oh, it was so good. And then when she was like, Shadow, I don't want you to be angry. I want you to find happiness. I want you to find love, to find freedom. I know you're sad about what happened to us. I don't know what happened to us, but I know you're sad. But please, I want you to be happy again. It's just like, oh my god, bro. It was so good, man. I got so emotional. Seriously, bro, I started tearing up. You can hear it right now. I'm tearing up already. It was so good. I loved it. Gerald saying that he's proud of Shadow and that he believes that he will do what's right, that he will be able to save everybody. Oh my god, bro. It was so good. And then the ending when Shadow gets the reins and he finally fully powers up and Maria is worried because she thinks he's going to fall to darkness, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He finds the light that within himself. He tells Maria that she doesn't need to worry because he is going to make her dream come true. He's going to save everybody and he's going to try his best to move on and find happiness. He's going to protect the world, the earth that she cares so deeply about. After so many years, we finally see Shadow actually portray emotion, something besides just being edgy. Like, no, we see the real him. The flanderization is gone. We are saved. Shadow, my boy, my glorious king is back, bro. Oh my god, it was so good. And bro. Oh my god, bro. At the end, when you see Shadow running towards like the distance, right? He's going on the bridge in order to meet up with Sonic and do the "you got this" Sonic thing from Sonic Generations. And then you see him like run past Rouge, and then a tear hits Rouge's cheek. Shadow is crying, bro. Oh my. Yes, bro. Oh my god. Shadow is finally a character again, and I'm just Everybody's a character, not just Shadow. Shadow, Rouge, Omega, Gerald, Maria, Big, for some reason, Mephiles, like hearing Mephiles be like, I want to exist. Metal Overlord, like these are finally characters again. They're not just like weird flanderizations of what people who don't play the Sonic franchise thinks these characters are. Because the only people who think Shadow is like an edgy McEdgy edgelord are people who never actually played Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Heroes, or to be honest, Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, say what you want about that game, Shadow is like actually a character, you know, like each route explores different aspects of himself. You know, like I'm just, again, Shadow Generations gives me hope for the future of this franchise. Again, I know I didn't play Sonic Frontiers. I've like seen clips of it. I've seen like small snippets of it. And the characterization is definitely better in that game, but I still had I had some complaints about it, but Shadow Generations, I feel like it was perfect. It was perfect. The gameplay was amazing. The hub area, the explorable hub area was great. You know, I really hope that they do more of this in Sonic Frontiers 2 or whatever the next Sonic game is. Again, with the stages, I hope that characters get new abilities throughout the course of the game, whether if it's just Sonic or if we get the potential of getting like playable Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, etc. in future projects. I just hope that characters get multiple abilities that they unlock throughout the course of the game, because I just think that's fun, you know, because you start simple and you grow throughout the course of it. You unlock new abilities. Give Sonic his bounce back. Give Sonic his flaming ring back. Give Knuckles the ability to like punch what was it, like steel boxes or whatever. Give him the ability to breathe underwater. Give Amy like fun enhancements to her hammer that lets her do different things, you know? Like there's just so much potential with being able to unlock new abilities throughout the course of the game, because it also just keeps things interesting, you know, new platforming challenges and fun little gimmicks. You can do a wide variety of things with bosses, as Shadow Generations portrays or showcases. Again, Metal Overlord is entirely a gimmick boss centered around the Doom Surf. And same thing with Neo Devil Doom. Devil Doom is just a showcase of the new traversal abilities, and it's great. I loved it. It's a really fun boss fight, you know? So again, I really hope they add more abilities in the future games. I never really understood why they stopped doing that to begin with, you know? It's just been boost formula. Boost formula, boost formula, boost formula, with no real expansion upon it. It's just been the same thing over and over again. And then I'm excited for the story. Well, cautiously optimistic about the story. If they can keep the quality of Shadow Generations in the next game, it's game over, bro. It's game over. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I might be a Sonic fan again. At the very least, I'm a Shadow fan again. But I hope we get a new Sonic game that's like 06, right? We get playable Sonic, we get playable Shadows, playable Silver, but then also playable Tails, Knuckles, Omega, Rouge, Blaze. I really want a new either Sonic 06 or new Sonic Heroes. I think Heroes 2 is probably a better way to do it, you know, where you have like the speed character, the power character, the flying character. But then you like, I would hope that they try and do like a better job of making each team unique. Like obviously Sonic, Shadow, and Blaze and Amy would be the speed characters, but try and like make them unique. Try and give them their own unique identity. Same thing goes with the flying characters. Like Silver would probably be a flying character realistically. Cream, Tails, Charmy, like depending on what teams they make, you know, you can make them all flying characters, but then give them their own unique identity, their own unique abilities, things to do, you know. I think Heroes is probably the best way to do it, but 06 wouldn't be bad either, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for the franchise. I cannot believe I'm saying I'm Sonic. I cannot believe I'm saying I'm excited for a Sonic game again. It's been, the last time I said that was Colors, and that was a disappointment. So, you know, I mean, yes, there's Mania, but I consider that to be a fan game. It's like an official fan game. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and if you really enjoyed the video and want to more directly support me, become a channel member for just $5 a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.